In the journey of life, emotions play a crucial role. They can be our greatest strength or our biggest weakness. Buddhism teaches us to master our emotions, not to suppress them, but to understand and manage them effectively. In this video, we will explore 10 lessons from Buddhism on how not to let others control your emotions. Lesson 1. Recognize your emotions. Recognizing your emotions is the first step towards emotional independence. It's like turning on a light in a dark room. Suddenly you can see what's there. You can understand what you're feeling and why. This is what Buddhism teaches us, to be mindful, to be aware of our inner world. Mindfulness is a key concept in Buddhism. It's about being fully present in the moment, not lost in the past or anxious about the future. When you're mindful, you're aware of your thoughts, feelings and sensations as they occur. You're not judging them or trying to change them. You're just observing them like a scientist observing a phenomenon. When it comes to emotions, mindfulness helps us recognize what we're feeling. Are we happy, sad, angry, or scared? Often, we're so caught up in our daily lives that we don't take the time to check in with ourselves. We might be carrying around a lot of emotional baggage without even realizing it. Recognizing our emotions also helps us understand their source. Why are we feeling this way? Is it because of something someone said or did? Or is it because of our own thoughts and beliefs? Sometimes our emotions are reactions to external events, but other times they're reactions to our own internal dialogue. Once we recognize our emotions and understand their source, we can deal with them more effectively. If our emotions are based on a misunderstanding, we can correct that misunderstanding. If our emotions are based on a deep-seated belief, we can start to question and challenge that belief. If our emotions are a natural response to a difficult situation, we can give ourselves permission to feel those emotions without judgment. Recognizing our emotions is the first step towards not letting others control our emotions. It's about taking ownership of our inner world and understanding that we have the power to choose how we respond to the world around us. It's not always easy, but with practice, it's definitely possible. And Buddhism offers us the tools and teachings to help us on this journey. So let's start recognizing our emotions, one moment at a time. Lesson 2. Don't give away your power. We often find ourselves reacting to the actions and words of others. These reactions, especially when they are emotional, can sometimes make us feel like we're not in control. But Buddhism teaches us a different perspective. It tells us that we have the power to control our reactions and hence our emotions. Imagine your mind as a fortress. This fortress is strong and impregnable. It's your safe space. Now, when someone says something hurtful or behaves in a way that upsets you, it's as if they are standing outside your fortress, trying to disturb your peace. But here's the thing, they can't get in unless you let them. They can't affect your inner peace unless you open the gates and allow their words or actions to enter your fortress. This is what it means to not give away your power. It means understanding that you have the control over your fortress. You decide who gets in and who doesn't. You decide what affects you and what doesn't. When you let others' actions or words affect your emotions, you're essentially opening the gates of your fortress. You're giving them power over you. But Buddhism teaches us to keep the gates closed. It teaches us to maintain our inner peace, regardless of what's happening outside. This doesn't mean ignoring or suppressing our emotions. It simply means acknowledging our emotions, understanding them, but not letting them be controlled by external factors. Practicing this can be challenging, especially in difficult situations. But remember, it's a practice. It's something you get better at with time. Start with small steps. The next time you find yourself getting upset or angry because of someone else, take a moment. Acknowledge your emotion. Understand why you're feeling this way. Then remind yourself that you have the power to control your reaction. You have the power to maintain your inner peace. Don't give away your power. Don't let others control your emotions. Remember, your mind is your fortress, and you are its gatekeeper. Keep practicing, and with time, you'll find that you're not just reacting to life, but actively participating in it. And that's a powerful place to be. Lesson 3. Understand others' motives. Understanding others' motives is a crucial aspect of emotional intelligence and a key teaching in Buddhism. It's about looking beyond the surface, beyond the actions or words that might have upset us, and trying to understand why the person acted or spoke in that way. People are complex. We all have our histories, our experiences, our fears, and our desires. These factors shape our behavior and our reactions. When someone acts in a way that triggers an emotional response in us, it's often more about them than it is about us. Their actions or words are a reflection of their state of mind, their feelings, or their circumstances. Buddhism teaches us to practice compassion and empathy. Compassion is about understanding the suffering of others and wanting to alleviate it. Empathy is about putting ourselves in someone else's shoes and trying to understand their perspective. When we practice compassion and empathy, we can better understand others' motives. For example, if someone speaks harshly to us, instead of reacting with anger or hurt, we can try to understand why they spoke that way. Are they going through a tough time? Are they feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Understanding this doesn't excuse their behavior, but it can help us respond to it more effectively. Understanding others' motives can also help us not to take things personally. If we realize that someone's actions or words are driven by their own issues or emotions, we can see that it's not about us. This can help us maintain our emotional balance and not let others control our emotions. By understanding others' motives is about looking deeper, practicing compassion and empathy, and maintaining our emotional balance. It's about realizing that we all have our battles, and sometimes people might act out because of theirs. So, let's strive to understand, not judge. Let's strive to respond, not react. And most importantly, let's strive to keep our peace, no matter what. Lesson 4. Choose your response. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. Buddhism encourages us to respond, not react. This means taking a moment to process what has happened, understanding our emotions, and then choosing the most beneficial response. Life is full of unexpected events. Some of these events are pleasant, while others can be challenging. We cannot control these events, but we can control how we respond to them. Buddhism teaches us that our power lies in our response. When something happens, we often have an immediate reaction. This reaction is usually automatic and driven by our emotions. But Buddhism encourages us to do something different. It encourages us to respond, not react. On the other hand, a response is thought out, calm, and non-reactive. A response uses reasoning and does not involve panic or fear. It's about taking a moment to process what has happened, understanding our emotions, and then choosing the most beneficial response. For example, if someone says something hurtful to you, your immediate reaction might be to get angry or upset. But if you take a moment to process what has happened, you might realize that their words reflect more about them than about you. You might choose to respond with understanding or compassion, or you might choose to not respond at all. Choosing your response is not about suppressing your emotions. It's about acknowledging your emotions, understanding them, and then deciding how you want to express them. It's about taking control of your emotions, rather than letting your emotions control you. We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control how we respond. By choosing our response, we can maintain our emotional balance and not let others control our emotions. It's a powerful practice that can lead to greater peace and happiness. So, remember, don't just react, respond. Lesson 5. Maintain your mental health. Buddhism teaches that our mind's health is of utmost importance. A healthy mind is not just about not being sick. It's about being in a state where you can effectively manage your emotions, make good decisions, and generally feel positive about yourself and your life. One of the ways Buddhism suggests maintaining mental health is through regular meditation. Meditation is a practice where an individual uses a technique, such as mindfulness, or focusing the mind on a particular object, thought, or activity, to train attention and awareness and achieve a mentally clear and emotionally calm and stable state. It's like exercise for your mind, helping to keep it healthy and strong. Mindfulness is another important aspect of maintaining mental health, according to Buddhism. This involves paying full attention to the present moment and accepting it without judgment. It's about being fully aware of your thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they occur. This can help you avoid becoming overwhelmed by what's going on around you, reducing stress and improving your mental health. Buddhism encourages right living. This means making choices that are good for you and others. It involves things like eating healthily, getting regular exercise, avoiding harmful substances, and maintaining good relationships. All of these can contribute to good mental health. Buddhism views mental health as a vital part of our overall well-being. It offers practical tools like meditation, mindfulness, and right living to help maintain a healthy mind. A healthy mind is better equipped to manage emotions effectively, which aligns with the broader theme of not letting others control your emotions. By taking care of our mental health, we can lead a more peaceful and balanced life. Lesson 6. Avoid negative energy. Buddhism teaches us that negative energy can have a significant impact on our emotions. Negative energy can come from various sources, including people, environments, and even our own thoughts. When we are surrounded by negativity, it can make us feel unhappy, stressed, and drained. It can also lead to negative emotions such as anger, sadness, and fear. Negative people are those who tend to have a pessimistic outlook on life. They often focus on the bad rather than the good and can spread their negativity to others. Negative environments can be places where there is a lot of stress, conflict, or negativity. Negative thoughts are negative ideas or beliefs that we have about ourselves, others, or the world around us. Buddhism advises us to avoid these sources of negative energy as much as possible. This doesn't mean we should ignore the negative aspects of life, but rather that we should not let them dominate our thoughts and emotions. Buddhism encourages us to surround ourselves with positivity. This can involve spending time with positive people who uplift us, creating a peaceful and positive environment, and cultivating positive thoughts. Positive people are those who have a positive outlook on life and can inspire us to do the same. A positive environment is a place where we feel safe, comfortable, and at peace. Cultivating positive thoughts involves focusing on the good in our lives and practicing gratitude. Buddhism teaches us that by avoiding negative energy and fostering positivity, we can better manage our emotions and not let others control them. This aligns with the broader theme of not letting others control our emotions. By practicing these teachings, we can lead a more peaceful and balanced life. Lesson 7. Hand back negativity. When faced with negativity, Buddhism teaches us to hand it back. This means not absorbing the negativity, but letting it pass through us without affecting our inner peace. Buddhism teaches us that we will inevitably encounter negativity in our lives. This negativity can come from various sources, such as negative people, difficult situations, or even our own negative thoughts. However, the important thing is not that we encounter negativity, but how we respond to it. The phrase, "hand it back," is a metaphor used in Buddhism to describe a specific way of dealing with negativity. Instead of absorbing the negativity, that is, letting it affect our emotions and disturb our inner peace, we should hand it back. This means we acknowledge the negativity, but do not let it affect us. We let it pass through us as if we are transparent. For example, if someone says something hurtful to us, instead of letting their words make us feel bad, we can choose to hand back the negativity. We can recognize that the hurtful words are a form of negativity, but we do not have to let them affect our emotions. We can choose to maintain our inner peace. This does not mean ignoring the negativity or pretending it doesn't exist. It's about acknowledging the negativity but not letting it control our emotions. It's about maintaining our inner peace, regardless of the negativity we encounter. Buddhism teaches us to hand back negativity as a way of maintaining our inner peace and not letting others control our emotions. By practicing this, we can lead a more peaceful and balanced life. Lesson 8. Avoid complaining. Complaining often amplifies negative emotions. Buddhism encourages us to accept things as they are and to focus on solutions rather than problems. This helps maintain a positive mindset and control our emotions. Buddhism teaches us that complaining often amplifies negative emotions. When we complain, we focus on the negative aspects of our situation. This can make us feel more upset, angry, or frustrated. It can also make it harder for us to think clearly and find solutions to our problems. However, Buddhism encourages us to accept things as they are. This means recognizing that life is full of ups and downs, and that it's normal to face challenges and difficulties. Instead of complaining about these challenges, we should accept them as part of life. In addition to accepting things as they are, Buddhism also encourages us to focus on solutions rather than problems. Instead of dwelling on what's wrong, we should try to find ways to make things better. This can involve thinking creatively, asking for help, or learning new skills. By avoiding complaining and focusing on solutions, we can maintain a positive mindset. This can help us control our emotions and not let others control them. It can also make us feel happier, more content, and more in control of our lives. Buddhism teaches us to avoid complaining as a way of maintaining our emotional balance and not letting others control our emotions. By practicing this, we can lead a more peaceful and balanced life. Buddhism offers valuable lessons on managing emotions. By practicing these lessons, we can learn not to let others control our emotions and live a more peaceful and balanced life. Remember, the power to control your emotions lies within you. Embrace it and don't let anyone else take it away.